Welcome. My name is Samuel James Price. Every single day, I bring you the news on my show, The Crypto Lifer Show. SEC names Algo, Dash, and other token securities in a Bittrex lawsuit. Dude, Algorand? I thought Algorand had exceptional dude. The dude was like working closely with, in a lawsuit filed Monday against crypto exchange Bittrex. The SEC named 6 crypto tokens listed on the platform as securities. Dash, Algo, OMG, TKN, NGC, and IHT. The agency alleges that the token investor had reasonable exceptions of province, meaning the assets should be considered securities. The SEC says Bittrex William Shahara, who served as the CEO from 2014 to 2009, coordinated with token issuers who sought to have their token asset listed on Bittrex to first delete from public channels certain problematic statements that Shahara believed would lead to a regulator such as the SEC to investigate. Dash investors in particular were operating under the assumption that the growth and development of Dash blockchain would increase the value of the tokens. Algorand, I mean, can't we just sign our own thing and say that whatever we do is up to us? Like, you know what? No offense, but what happened? I'm not going to get into this, but so many things have happened. So many banks have laundered money. So many things have happened that no one really seems to care about, but they want to go after crypto. The SEC also claims Bittrex operated as an unregistered exchange, broker, and clearing agency from the agency Bittrex, and it's always in New York. You ever notice that? Anytime something's in New York. Earlier this year, Coinbase product manager Eisen Wahi and his brother asked U.S. court to drop the case, arguing the SEC's definition of securities is wrong. Yep. It's not the first time the SEC has opted to include securities allegations in lawsuits. This is a slap on the wrist. You just pay a fine. You know that, right? And it's over. These are civil cases. They're not a big deal. People get really freaked out by them. They're just civil cases. They're just asking for money. They're just ways to get money. They're cash grabs. That's all it is, everybody. All right. Here's why Ripple is not using XRP for the new product. Dev explains. Last week, Ripple has launched a new product, Liquidity Hub, causing a huge discussion in the XRP community. The outcry centers around the fact that Liquidity Hub does not support the XRP token. As a result, speculations have surfaced that the company might ditch and neglect the XRP token. However, a Ripple developer responsible for the XRP-based payment solution on-demand liquidity has today provided some more clarity as to why Ripple is not being used. This is scaring some Ripple users. If you're freaked out by Ripple, we need to know. Obviously, don't use fear, though. Fake emotions acting real. There's no reason to be afraid because you're not here to worry about these things. You're here to better your soul. And in the blog post on Friday, the fintech company announced that Liquidity Hub is now officially open for business. The company had already launched a successful pilot last year to provide businesses with a simple, seamless way to manage their crypto liquidity needs. As the post goes on to say, the new product was designed to give enterprise customers a competitive advantage and a multi-asset future. This made it all more confusing to the XRP community that XRP is not part of the product. Crypto Eri, I love her. Been watching her for a long time. Shout out to Crypto Eri. Follow her channel. She's awesome. She's so dedicated to the space. One of the most well-known XRP influencers on Twitter raised various questions as to why this decision was made. Wow. And if you define sell broadly, then yes. Replying to Joe Katz, 8 circulating supply is growing by the most common definitions of circulating supply. The same is true for Bitcoin and ETH and many other cryptocurrencies. If you define sell broadly, then yes, selling XRP does account for most of Ripple's revenue. But realistically, our choices come down to selling XRP or holding XRP, and most people think we hold too much. He said there's nothing else Ripple can do realistically with its XRP, and the general consensus is that it would be better if Ripple held less XRP. That makes the decision to not include Ripple in the new product all the more odd. However, Neil Hartner, a senior software engineer at Ripple who works on the cross-border ODL payments, provided at least a partial answer. Via Twitter, Hartner, in response to Crypto Eri's question about why XRP is okay with ODL but not with Liquidity Hub, is that there's significant difference between the concept of the two products. Regarding the two licensing requirements are different between Liquidity Hub and ODL. I bet it's due to regulation. They probably had a way they could move forward, but they didn't want to be bogged down by XRP. And that is just me speculating on that idea, but it seems to be that it could be some of the problem. Interesting, though. I would be on airs. I own 10,000 XRP, but I'm not one of those people that's all in on XRP. If you are, I could see how this might concern you a bit, but take a deep breath. Let's see how things unfold. At the present time, XRP price stood at 51 cents, still consolidating while making higher lows on the 4-hour time frame. Shiba Inu co-founder clears the air on rumored token for Shibarium Layer 2 blockchain. In recent updates that took place over the weekend, Shitoshi Kusama, co-founded of the popular Shiba Inu meme token, has expressed concerns about rumored claims pertaining to an official token for the Shibarium blockchain. While the crypto market experts a positive shifted sentiment due to Bitcoin's recent rally, different altcoin narratives and unconfirmed rumors are seen to be pushed by rumor mongers and scammers. Shiba Inu co-founder debunks claims of an official token for its Layer 2 blockchain. So that's not happening. Just make sure if you hear stuff, you read stuff, not happening. Okay? Not happening. CME to add daily expirations on Bitcoin, Ether futures, in contracts. That's going to create more volatility. And if you're telling me we wait for the weekly expiration, now we have daily expiration. But it's also good because it creates more flow and liquidity into the idea that people can trade Bitcoin. Derivatives marketplace Chicago Mercantile Exchange is adding to its cryptocurrency offerings with daily expirations for Bitcoin and ETH futures options and contracts. Effective May 22nd, Bitcoin and ETH futures options will have expirations Mondays through Friday. Contracts based on micro-sized Bitcoin and Ether futures will add Tuesdays and Thursdays as expiration dates to the current state of Mondays. Wednesdays and Fridays, all this in addition to the monthly and quarterly expirations now available. Wow. An Irish central bank calls for ban on crypto advertising. Oh, that's sad. And fear may keep Oki DAO from mounting defense against CFTC. And Bitcoin holds steady near 21. Yeah, that's old news. Anyway, that is the news for you. Thank you so much for taking in and listening to the news. I greatly appreciate you for being here and doing the news with me. All right.